and I'd heard of just glowing reviews of the course through my friends and friends of friends. Yeah, had nothing but positive things to say about the course, and especially about the teachers and the knowledge of the teachers that run the courses.
Blue Mountains TAFE has that reputation for this outdoor rec course.
When I was in Sydney and I was looking at doing this course or doing something like this in some format, I checked out a lot of options, like including going over to the US and enrolling in like the US National Outdoor Leadership School, or going down to Tassie, or going up to Cairns, or going to Victoria.
I looked at doing outdoor recreation, you know, in order to enhance my own skills of bushwalking, navigation, rock climbing, canyoning, that sort of thing, and clearly the Blue Mountains is sort of where all of that happens. So I looked at doing it in other places, but it just didn't really make much sense because the Blue Mountains for New South Wales is such a hub of all of those activities, both for learning and for actually the industry, for working in that industry.
It's top notch. It's both the location, the tutors, you know, the equipment, everything. It just all comes together, and it's a fabulous course.
I suppose the reputation of Blue Mountains TAFE was well above other providers, and just from what I'd heard through other people, that was the place to go to if you wanted to become a guide in the outdoor industry.
I chose Blue Mountains TAFE specifically because a few of the people that I was working with at New South Wales Sport and Rec had also studied at Blue Mountains TAFE, and they absolutely raved about the course and the teachers and the experience that they had.
There was a few options for that. I looked into Victoria, and I looked into a couple of places in New South Wales, and I rang the places in Victoria to see what they offered, and it was really expensive. So I spoke to a training provider in New South Wales, and they recommended for the roping stuff and the climbing to go to Blue Mountains TAFE.
So I did my research on where I could do this course, and there were only two options that came up in areas that were possible for me, and Blue Mountains was the way to go. So I moved up here specifically just to study this course, and this TAFE has a really good reputation. I really feel like Blue Mountains TAFE has set me up for success. I went straight into the industry, just had no trouble finding any work, felt fully prepared for the sort of work that I was doing. I worked with a couple of programs with young people, and now I'm working at an adventure company at Katoomba, and quickly stepped up the ranks, and now I'm running the business.
I guess the reason that I enrolled at Blue Mountains TAFE was that one, it was fairly inexpensive. My friends had studied at the TAFE and had recommended that the teachers were fantastic, and like if I was going to go and study anywhere, that I should go and do outdoor rec at Blue Mountains TAFE because it was the best in the industry. So like since I finished TAFE, I've worked almost entirely for Blue Mountains Adventure Company. I'm a senior guide now, and I get to run lots of abseiling, canyoning and rock climbing trips. I also work in the office, taking bookings, doing a bit of marketing, just generally trying to make sure that the business runs smoothly.
I chose to study at Blue Mountains TAFE because the reputation from industry leaders, and definitely from my friends who had done the course in the past, was that it is the best around. It provided a more holistic sort of education within outdoor recreation, and it offered the most amount of electives and the most versatility in terms of having outcomes to be able to guide later on.
Well, I'd done one of the skill areas through the Blue Mountains Outdoor Rec department, and the level of teaching and training, instruction, assistance that we'd gotten throughout that course had sort of encouraged me that if I was going to do more in that area, Blue Mountains was definitely where I wanted to do it. Katoomba is a bit of an adventure capital, and you look at the books of any of those companies and the number of guides on those books, how many of them have come through the outdoor rec course. Where are they going to be once, well, if that course was no longer providing guides for them?
The Western Sydney Institute has set up a number of goals to say this is what we believe in and what we have to deliver on. And a couple of the strongest statements that they make in their strategic documents are we're about creating real skills for real jobs, and that we're about responding to the needs in our communities. When you consider that the graduates at the Western Sydney Institute of TAFE from the Outdoor Recreation Department, every student who does the Certificate 3 has employment available to them, and that every Certificate 4 student is employed at the end of their course. It's hard to see how that course is not responding to real jobs. There are some RTOs who, it seems, lower those standards to churn out more graduates, but that's hardly a way that we'd like to see the industry moving. If the continuity of supply of graduates at the Western Sydney Institute of TAFE was to be disrupted significantly, I predict that the impact to my business will be devastating.
At the moment I work for Blue Mountains Grammar School. I'm an outdoor recreation and education teacher, and in that job I'm in charge of running outdoor education courses at the school and teaching in the classroom, leading groups on one-day to multi-day expeditions, running school camps for the whole of the year groups, and with all of that stuff comes hiring of staff. So I'm always looking for outdoor guides, particularly from the Blue Mountains area. We haven't had any accidents that are due to negligence of qualified guides, and parents are very reassured by that fact, especially when we're choosing people from Blue Mountains TAFE.
We've never had an accident due to guide negligence. Much better all-round skill, so you know, they've got more hard skills than they used to. Much more professional, better trained obviously. They've done a 1 or 2 year TAFE course. So I reckon that having this constant flow of people through always just provides us with stacks more staff, and if we don't have the staff then we can't run the trips.
Service Skills Australia acknowledge that developments with the training and things need to be on par with what's happening in the industry, and that's really important to us, and we really need them to step up to that statement. About 90% of our guides come out of Blue Mountains TAFE.
I'd say 90 to 95% of the staff that are employed in outdoor recreation in the Blue Mountains were trained at Blue Mountains TAFE. You know, BMAC's taken the decision that it wants highly trained staff because it makes a huge difference to our customers' experience and generally to the safety of our clients as well. That, you know, they've got that higher level of skilled guides, and without the course at Blue Mountains, I know like my life is going to be hell trying to find good staff that have got appropriate level of training.
The quality that we have at the moment that comes out of Blue Mountains TAFE is of a very high class, and if that was to deteriorate, that would make the working environment more of a challenge.
I'd love to go back to Blue Mountains TAFE to get my diploma, just because I feel comfortable with the teachers that are there, and that I know they're gonna give me the best opportunity to learn as well as the best feedback, and being able to allow me to feel comfortable while learning this is going to be a big thing for me.
I definitely wish to attempt to do my diploma level outdoor recreation at Blue Mountains TAFE for the reasons that, well, definitely the staff are far superior. I've studied at other institutions in the past, and from my experience the staff definitely are of a high quality. The instruction is of a high quality, far more in depth and far more useful to apply to the industry.